Hello, girls. Hope you all are doing good in your lockdown period. But now let us utilize our time in preparation of class 12. So let us start our learning process. And thus, today we will be dealing with the lesson reproduction in lower and higher plants. Now, first of all, let us understand what reproduction is. So, reproduction is the production of young ones like their parents. And this process leads to continuation of a species and ultimately continuation of the life. So the reproduction is mainly of two types, or there are two types of mode of reproduction. One is asexual reproduction and the other is sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is a mode of reproduction which is not sexual and thus it is called as asexual, whereas sexual reproduction is a mode of reproduction where two organisms, male and female, they produces male and female gamete. When these two gametes fuses with each other, they forms zygote, and this process is called as fertilization. This zygote now responsible for the production of new organism. This asexual reproduction, because we'll be dealing with the asexual reproduction in this particular class. So asexual reproduction, it does not involve fusion of two compatible gametes or sex cells, and the new organisms that we will get will be morphologically and genetically identical to each other. Now let us see other ways or the modes of asexual reproduction. The first mode of reproduction, asexual reproduction mainly, is fragmentation. This is an example where one organism directly gives birth to new organism. Fragmentation generally occurs in multicellular organisms, which can break. This multicellular organism can break into fragments or the small pieces due to one or other reason. Here you can see in this diagram that the plant Spirogyra, this is the plant of a Spirogyra, and this is filamentous structure. This plant is filamentous, and later due to some reason this has been broken into two parts or two pieces, or you can call it as fragments. These are divided into two fragments, and thus this particular way or mode of asexual reproduction is called as fragmentation. Now let us see other examples of asexual reproduction, where again one organism is responsible for the production of a new organism. Now this is observed in unicellular organism. Here you can see these two diagrams are there where cells are involved in the production of new organism. Here you can see in this particular diagram, this yeast diagram, cell division is involved in the production of new organism. Cell division, as we have already learned, is a simple mechanism of asexual reproduction. So in this case, the cell division, in this cell division, what happens is one cell divides into two cells, and this division is called as binary fission. Binary fission is actually observed in the plants like in the organisms like amoeba, paramecium or bacteria. This what you can see is called as budding. In budding what happens is this takes place generally during the favorable condition by producing one or more outgrowths. Here you can see this is the yeast cell, and after some times this forms an outgrowth, or you may call it as a bud. This is the developing bud of the yeast cell. This gradually then increases and it get detached from this yeast cell. This get detached from the yeast cell, and then these detached buds, they develop or they grow as a new individual. So this is the budding process. Again, here you can see in this diagram also, here the hydra plant is shown. In hydra plant also, here you can see the small bump or a bud like structure appeared on the plant body of the hydra, which gradually increases and then finally detach from the parent plant body, and then this behave as a new individual. Now this example is of these two diagrams are of the mode of reproduction, binary fission. Examples of binary fission are amoeba and paramecium. Here we'll be studying amoeba and paramecium. Here you can see a single cell is gradually divided. Here you can see gradually divided into the two daughter cells. Now these two daughter cells will behave as a new individuals. Here also in paramecium also you can see this single organism, single parent is finally divided into two organisms or two daughter cells. Next example is of spore production or spore formation, and this generally exists in Chlamydomonas. The Chlamydomonas is a green unicellular algae. This algae produces, here you can see in the diagram, this is the cell of a Chlamydomonas, mother cell of a Chlamydomonas, and in this cell only it generally produces nearly 8 to 16 cells in the cytoplasm. Here in the cytoplasm only it produces 8 to 16 cells which are similar to their mother cells. Each cell is having two flagella like structure. Here you can see two flagellas are shown over here. So they are the structures. These cells are the structures with two flagella, and these are called as zoospore. These are the zoospores. With time, these zoospores rupture and break the membrane of the mother cell. This here you can see these zoospores, they are trying to break or rupture the mother cell membrane, and finally they come out of the mother cell, and all these zoospore individually they behave or they convert into a new Chlamydomonas. Next example is of penicillium. This is the diagram of penicillium. This is a multicellular fungi. This fungi produces conidiospore. You can see over here, these are the conidiospores where it produces conidium. These are the conidium. These are the conidium. These conidium are transferred to new locations, and there they germinate and they produces a new penicillium. This diagram is of sponges. These are the aquatic animals actually, but they look like a plant. And these sponges, they produces asexual structure. These are the gemmules, and these gemmules are the structures, asexual structures produced by the plant. Here also these conidiospores are the asexual structures. These asexual structures later on they behave as a new individual whenever they germinate. So these are the gemmules of the sponges, and these sponges whenever they get transferred to the new location they convert into new organism. So that was all about the various modes of asexual reproduction. Now one more mode of reproduction is there, that is vegetative reproduction. So here the plant reproduces asexually through their vegetative parts. That means a part of a plant, it get detached or artificially detach it from the mother plant, and then it can grow independently. So that is the vegetative reproduction. This is usually carried by three ways. There are three ways. One is cutting, grafting, and the third one is tissue culture. So these three artificial methods are used as a part of a vegetative reproduction. Cutting, the small piece of any vegetative part of a plant having one or more births is used for propagation. That means either you can use a stem or you can use a root or a leaf in the method of cutting. You can use a part of a stem or a part of a root or a leaf, and you can sow it in the soil. Then afterward you may find that using that particular part it may develop into a new plant. Then second process or second mode of vegetative reproduction is grafting. Here, part of a two plant are joined in such a way that they grow as one plant. In this method, that means two separate two different plants of a same species or of a different species may involve in this process, and these the parts of two different plants, they unite together and they behave as a one plant. So in this method, part of a stem containing more than one bud, and that is called as scion, is joined into the rooted plant called as stalk. The plant which is rooted, that means which is in the soil, is called as stalk, and the other plant that you are using is called as scion. And this process of uniting two different plants together is called as grafting. Budding is also called as bud grafting, in which only one bud is joined on the stalk. And the examples of grafting where you can have a good yield is apple, pear, rose, etc. These two are the uh, modes of vegetative reproduction. This one is the cutting, where you can see a part of a stem has been cut and then it has been rooted into the soil, and afterward it is behaving as a or developing as a new plant. This particular diagram is of grafting, where this one is the stalk, a rooted plant, and the other part of a other plant or other species, this is called as scion. Afterward, these two are joined together and they behave as a new plant. Afterward, it behaves as a new plant. The third method is the tissue culture. This method is This is the method by which a small amount of plant tissue is carefully grown to give many plantlets. This is also called as micropropagation. Here you can see in this diagram the process of tissue culture is shown. This is a new technique of a plant propagation. In this technique, a small piece of tissue, here you can see this is a small piece of tissue which is known as explant. This has been cut from the parent plant in a sterile condition, and then this explant or the part of a tissue, it is the tissue can be of stem, can be of root or a leaf, or even you can use a bud of a plant. Then this explant is transferred to a container containing nutrient medium. This here you can see this is the nutrient medium. Here in this diagram also you can see that the nutrient medium is shown. So this explant is transferred to the nutrient medium in again sterile condition. Now this tissue utilizes the nutrient present in the nutrient medium and develops into a mass of cells which divides and redivides and form something called as callus. Now this callus, it helps that explant or this may divides and redivides to form specific parts of a plant. Here you can see embroid, then it forms an embryo, and then it forms a plantlet. Now this plantlet then get transplanted into the soil and then that develop as a adult plant. Plants like orchids, chrysanthemum, asparagus are grown by this method of a tissue culture. So that was all about the asexual reproduction in plants. Summary you can see here. Asexual reproduction in plants is the mode of reproduction of asexual reproduction are fragmentation, budding, spore formation, binary fission, conidia formation, gemmules formation, and vegetative reproduction. Out of which fragmentation, budding, and binary fission These are the methods where an organism is responsible for the production of new organism, whereas in spore formation, conidia formation, and gemmules formation, an organism produces asexual structure which then behave as a new organism. In vegetative reproduction, it has three different types of asexual reproduction. One is cutting, where you can use a stem, leaf, or you can use a tuber and root also, grafting, and tissue culture. So that was all about the asexual reproduction.